I believe church planting had different phases. And I will give you an expression of especially the two first phases that's important in church planting. And I call the first phase is a preparation phase. The second phase is a training phase. And then you have a growth phase, and then you have a multiplication phase. But I will concentrate on the two first phases. And you know, there's so many things that need to be done before you really get into the place of planting the church. I call it the preparation phase. In a denomination or in a local church, it's so important that someone carry the vision of multiplying. Multiplying disciples, multiplying leaders, but also multiplying community and planting new churches. If there are no vision in the preparation phase, well, there will be no recruitment of church planters. You have, as a denomination and as leaders in local churches, you need to create a visionary space where people can run in. And that visionary space is to start to speak out, what if we had a church in this area? What if we reach these people? What if we should see this happen? What if? That's visionary language. And as a leader, you are called to speak vision in the local church and in the denomination. And we see that in Europe, the denomination and churches that multiply and plant other churches are growing. The denomination and churches that not multiplying, mainly they are stagnating. This is the picture. Multiplying and starting up new community and new churches is the key. But to recruit church planter, you need vision. So if there's vision for church planting, and then you recruit a church planter in the preparation phase, and then maybe you start to do some pre-training. You let people read books, you connect them with other church planting so they can see what it is to plant a church. They start to relational connect to something that has with church planting. That's preparation, and it's important. And when you do preparation, you maybe start to talk with them also about what place, where could you plant, and so on. And then you come to a place where I think is important, you do assessment. And assessment is a 3-hour talk with experienced people that has experience in church planting and experience in church. And they take you to 4 areas of calling, character, chemistry, and 10 different competence areas. And they ask questions about this. It's to clarify how ready are you to plant a church. And when the preparation phase, you have done assessment, you have to help the church planter to find a good team around, recruit a good team around them. And we will say a team of 5 to 7 people with some 10, 15 people around that is good to start with. So help the church planter to create a healthy team around them, and then also, if possible, to create some support structure around the team. What could be the support structure? Well, in M4, we talk about the ABC of church planting. Assessment. Well, you do assessment of the church planter. Basic training. That's the training stage, the second phase, but also coaching. We believe that coaching or mentoring is important to help the church planter succeed. So we will help to find a coach or a mentor in your surrounding, the church planter surrounding, that they can help him the next 3 to 4 years to really succeed in the church plant. He's around the church planter and the team. So a coach is important. We believe also it's important to not mix role. Maybe there should be an overseer. That's maybe the local pastor or the senior pastor in the church around, or it's one in denomination, but there has someone who have the overseeing role. If things are happening in the team, maybe it's not the mentor who goes in and deal with it. It's the people with the right authority from their place, from their denomination, who goes in. So support structure could be a mentor, an overseer. I believe it's also if you could have some supporting church that could come with resources, support with money, with prayer, with maybe resources, maybe send some people. A supporting church would be also good, if it's possible. I believe the church planter also needs someone who take care of their soul, because it's so important that that you keep your soul, you keep your heart right, and that you have as a church planter someone you can share the inner thing in your life with. It's not always you should do that with a coach. Coach is coaching more the process of planting the church, and he's not the one who take care of your soul. You should have someone who can take care of your soul, who are counseling you in different ways. That's the fourth thing that could be a part of the support structure. And I think also that it's important that the church may have some good friends around them. Well, some just they can be not the church planter among, just be friends with. So in a church plant, there need to be some support structure around. And all of these things, vision, recruitment, pre-training, assessment, finding the right team, and support structure, all of these things are a part of the preparation phase. And when you have a team that have an assess team leader, you move into the next phase, and that's the M4, what we call M4, the training phase, where we take the church planter and the whole team in a period of the next 2-3 years to really see them succeed in the first phase of church planting. And we not only take one team, but we take many teams, also maybe from different denominations, because to do a church plant is not, it's the same if you are from different denominations, it's the same dynamic. And we take them through what we call the M4. And the M4 is taken from the Great Commission with the conviction that not everybody is the church planter, but everybody, like the Great Commission, can be a part of planting a church. So we take them through the different phases of M1 Master, where we talk about the church planter and the team, clear vision, clear understanding of the model, and where do they see themselves 2-3 years from now. So that's the topic of the Master. Then we talk about the mission. And mission is all, how do we reach new people? How do we connect with the context where God has called us to reach people? So that's the mission part. And then we do discipleship. It's the multiplication, because if you don't multiply disciple, you will not grow in the long run. So we talk about discipleship in a way more about from a culture perspective, creating a discipleship culture. And then we talk about movement, how to raise disciples and new leaders and multiply groups and multiply communities. So all these are different areas where we know that this is area the church planter has to have a focus on. So we work through this in 2-3 years, and we help the church planter and their team to succeed and grow in reaching new people, growing, multiplying new groups, growing, multiplying new leaders and disciples within their context of a healthy, growing church. The first phase is a denomination, local church, organization, networks responsibility. The second phase, we help as M4, the denomination, to find a good, healthy system, a pipeline for helping the church planter and the team to succeed the first 2-3 years of the church plant. That's M4, the training phase. Training phase of the church planter and their team in the first phase of church planting. Dealing with all the challenges that the first phase of church planting we have experienced have. And that's what I call the second phase, the M4 phase, where M4 comes in.